Hey, what's up everybody? So happy Halloween Horror Nights 26 announcement day, which kind of came as a surprise to nobody. No, everybody, in fact. No one saw this coming. We kind of had a leak over the weekend for some, the original Cobweb house, and we knew that there would be 5 scare zones. But then everything got announced today except for one house remains to be announced. I'm going to save all my opinions for everything at the end of the video, so stick around for that. It could get interesting. We'll have to see about that. I'm sure in the next coming maybe week or so we're going to get that announced. But there was a lot of information put out there today, and so we're going to break this down a little bit differently than I normally would. We're going to start with the houses first. So there's 3 original houses this year at Halloween Horror Nights 26, and 3 were announced today. Although we had one announced over the weekend, we were given more details about it. So first up we have Lunatic's Playground 3D, You Won't Stand a Chance, which is obviously Chance's house. This comes as a surprise, as we weren't sure if it was going to be 3D or not. In fact, it's a 3D house.
It says, while Jack's away, Chance has unleashed the horrors of her imagination. Her twisted delusions and reality are continually blurred in 3D playground of carnage. When the music box plays, the world shifts to her sinister theater mind. But when the alarm clock starts ringing, Chance is thrown back into the brutal reality of her incarceration.
Thus in telling us that the house is going to kind of have some kind of on and off switch. So when you hear the music playing, it's going to probably switch to a different color tone, and it's going to be something like, almost like how they did when they had Jack in the psychotherapy house and the lights would kind of go out every so often. I'm guessing it's going to do like that kind of effect. So the music box is going to play, and then it's going to be probably different colors and a different actors, and then when the alarm hits, it's going to maybe turn on like certain house lights, and we're going to be seeing like the normal, basically the normal, I guess, world basically. A long rumored that we were going to get something kind of a throwback house. This is the Requel house. Codename was Requel. This is Ghost Town, the Curse of the Lightning Gulch. When lightning strikes, the curse of the Lightning Gulch comes to life, and the ghostly town appears. These doomed souls, from which once suffering for gold, found death and destruction, and now they seek others to join them. As the thunder cracks, flashes of lightning will lead you through the treacherous Wild West nightmare. Good luck, partner. So this is kind of a throwback to a previous house they did called Ghost Town back in 2004. From what everyone has said, that house was really, really good as far as the lighting, as far as the effects, and giving you that western feel of a town. I'm guessing there's going to be some scenes where there's a lot of flash and maybe the loud lightning noise to kind of guide you through it. It's going to be maybe pitch dark in certain situations, is what I'm guessing, and there's going to be some pepper, maybe ghost kind of effects going on in this house. Definitely I am excited to see how they pull off all the effects as far as the ghost effects. And last but not least, we have Tomb of the Ancients, which we had announced previously over the weekend. I have a video somewhere up there. You can click the card if you want to see when that was revealed and all that stuff. On to Tombs of the Ancient. It says,
an ancient evil has surfaced and immortal beings from the past have returned to rule mankind. It was only a matter of time until the ancient ones were unearthed.
In an interview with Charles Gray, it is stated about this house that his favorite creature that guests will encounter is the Amut, which has the face of a crocodile with the mane and the front paws of a lion. Sounds like a very interesting house, very interesting creatures in it. Have a mixture of cultural mythology, so from South American, from Asian, from Egypt cultures. So it's going to be a lot of different cultures mixed into this house that we're going to see. It's not just mummies or just, skull and bones or whatever of that nature. So rather interesting house. And this house, remember, is in Tent 1, which is located next to Simpsons and will be located next to Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. Is also stated in the interview with Charles Gray is that unlike how you got to see Jack at last year's event, you won't get to see Chance at this year's event. I'm sure she might be, plastered all over the event as far as her looks and her sounds, and in her own house, maybe some video effects or something going on there. Maybe characters dressed as her, but you won't see her at the event. At least that's what is stated in this interview. For fans of Chance, where will guests be able to see her at this year's event? Chance's story will pick up right where last year left off, in her own house. She breaks out and the madness will carry over to her scare zone, A Chance in Hell. So no mention of will you have a meet and greet with her. You won't see her anywhere in the show or anything. So if you were, maybe hoping to have that picture moment with Chance or to see her, it's not going to happen. Sorry. On to the scare zones, which is starting to be one of my favorite parts of Horror Nights. It's not so much the houses, but it's really the zones is where I spend most of my time in. So for scare zones, first up, we have Survive or Die. A global catastrophe has ruined Earth's atmosphere. One group of survivors secured a machine that provides clean air. The two other surviving groups are on the hunt for gain control of the machine and are recruiting new members to help them. Thus, it is telling there's 3 different groups in the zone. I'm not sure if all 3 are going to be out at the same time or they're going to rotate certain groups. So that's kind of some keywords in there I'm picking up. And also it says that they secured a machine that provides clean air. Obviously we're going to see some kind of big machine in the middle of wherever the zone is. We're going to see a machine that's going to probably be shooting out cold air or some kind of air effect. So look for that. We have Banshee's Lair. Travel deep into the forest where evil spirits and horrific creatures of the ancient world roam free. Mother Nature's magical barrier of vines have been torn away and the modern world has found the entrance to the corrupted grave. So obviously from the description, it leads me to believe this is going to be in the Central Park location where we had Evil Roots. If you remember where that zone was last year, this is where this zone is probably going to be. We also had Dead Man's Wharf. When a fishing vessel named Annabelle Lee never returned to the harbor and was lost forever, the wharf was left unabandoned as a memorial to her. Now a strange fog has rolled into the village, and the long-lost fishermen's spirits seek to punish the town that left them. This zone to me sounds so much like John Carpenter's The Fog. If you've ever seen that movie, and I highly recommend you do, this just seems like the same thing. There's a fog that rolls in, you're seeing the ghost of the fisherman. It's like the same idea, literally the same idea. Based on what the zone is saying, I'm guessing this might be where we had All Night Die-In last year, because that's kind of near the harbor and near kind of the fisherman kind of dock area. But I was hearing some things that we might not have a zone there, but this kind of points that zone area out to me. Not sure, but just a thought. We also have Vamp 1955. Welcome to Hollywood High School's 1955 Homecoming Parade. Everything is in place until the greasers roll into towns with fangs instead of switchblades. Procession of chaos with vampires ready to take bite of anyone in sight. Based on what it says Hollywood High School, so I'm gonna guess that this zone might be in the Hollywood area, where, if you remember last year, it was where the Icons zone was, where they had their little stage shows and stuff. I'm definitely gonna think this is gonna be there. And last but not least, a chance in hell. Get ready for the audition of a lifetime. Chance may be locked away, but that hasn't stopped her. As her alarm rings and the bloody remains of those who tried to stop her lie around, she's busy recruiting cellmates to join her biggest act yet. I don't have a clue where this zone might be. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to say it's going to be somewhere near her own house, which we know is in the Man in Black location. I'm going to guess that's where it's going to be, somewhere around there. Maybe where the clowns were last year, maybe somewhere near Man in Black. Not too particularly sure, but yeah. We also have 2 shows this year, as stated, that there's 2 outrageous shows. We just didn't know what the second show was going to be. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be a Chance show, just like we had Jack's show last year, which was really amazing show. I think it was better to me than Bill and Ted was, and I know don't hate me on that, but I enjoyed that show far more than I enjoyed Bill and Ted. I thought we might get another Chance show. Would only make sense because last year's show was so good and Chance kind of, take the lead on the show, but nope. We have Academy of Villains, House of Fear. Showing this high energy performance of inmates in an explosion of insanity that will thrust you into a realm of mayhem and maniacal terror, featuring dance and specialty acts. The show must go on. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this one. I guess I'm just gonna have to see it in person and see how it is. If you look them up online, there's videos out there, and I'm going to have a video playing so you can see what they kind of look like. I'm sure it's that, but on a bigger scale, hopefully. I don't know how I feel about that. I was kind of hoping for a Chance show, and if it was going to be that kind of show, something else, but we'll see. Hordes are returning by Horror Nights Twitter. So there you go. It's not listed in the blog or anything, but they're returning back. Yeah, so there we have it. There is your 3 original houses and your 5 scare zones. We know that roaming hordes are coming back, and we now know the 2 shows that are going to be there. But let me state, before I give my thoughts and my opinions, that all of this is just like a movie trailer. You can only be seen, or you can only read something, and then you have to kind of see the full product. I know you don't have to explain it to me. Stuff can blow your mind when you see it in person. Sometimes it could not. These are just my initial reaction and my thoughts. Bill and Ted and Academy of Villains, House of Fear. I'm not too keen on Villains, House of Fear. The Academy of Villains, House of Fear, I'm not too keen about this show. It looks like something I would watch once, maybe record it, and then probably not watch it again. Bill and Ted is Bill and Ted. We can skip that one. So we're gonna go with Scare Zones. Survivor Died, Scare Zone. I'm not really interested in it as far as the description. Sorry. Banshee's Lair, while it could be cool, it depends on how the Banshees will look. We've also seen this kind of same thing, sounds like the same zone we had last year and zones that we've had before in Central Park. But it still could be cool. Like I said, it depends on how the Banshee and how the characters look. But it sounds like something we've seen before. Dead Man's Wharf, like I said, it's a carbon copy of John Carpenter's The Fog, and also we've seen this sort of thing copied in The House, in The Forsaken House. We've seen this sort of done before. I'm interested to see how they're going to twist this around a little bit differently, but we'll have to see. Vamp 1955 could be the wild card zone. It could be so silly that it just works. I'm hoping that it's just not over the top like dumb. I really hope it's not. Based on the idea, I love 50s and I love greasers and that kind of style, like Grease, like the movie. I don't know about the whole vampire play. I don't know about that. And A Chance in Hell, I don't know. I'm kind of lost on that one as well. I'm not too excited, but I'm not hating on it. It all depends on the area where they put it at, and I guess the sets that they use. So we'll have to see about that one. And as far as the original houses, I love, the Tombs of the Ancients. I'm all about that one. And Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch, I'm so excited for this one. I think this is high up on my most anticipated list. As far as Lunatic's Playground 3D, I've had this whole issue with 3D houses in the past. I really haven't liked the 3D house in quite some time. Alice in Wonderland was okay. It was just kind of, like number 5 or 6 for me out of all of them. It was okay. I just don't think 3D houses are that great or interesting anymore to do, especially to do it as the main house. Unless there's going to be some really cool effects in it that are going to blow my mind as far as the reality and her chaos world. Unless that's going to throw me off, I don't know, but I'm not particularly interested in that house at this moment. It was just because of 3D. If they didn't have 3D, I'd be very, interested, all for it. But that whole 3D thing just kind of throws me off. And there we have it. That is everything that has been announced today. If there's any more, details that pop up in between now and then, I'll make sure to update or put it in the video or anything else. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm definitely going to have, some more stuff, some more thoughts, more tweets about this stuff if anything comes up. If you love this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, please. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Horror Nights is coming up soon, and we're going to have lots of coverage and lots of things on it. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope you are excited for Horror Nights. Leave it down in the comment section and tell me what is your most anticipated of the 3 houses, and what are you looking forward to as far as the zones. Leave it down in the comment section. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. As always, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace. Gulch? Gulch? I don't know how you spell that. Galoch? Galoch? I hate this iPhone speaker. Gulch? Yes, so if you didn't know this is kind of a throwback to when they did a ghost, I believe it was Ghost House, no, Ghost Town. Yeah, they had a house way back, I believe it was, let's see. And this house, remember, is in Tent 1, which is located next to Simpsons and will be located next to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. Not 3D. It's also stated in the interview with Charles Gray is that we won't pop...